Yo, what's up? Today's cool because we're talking about Rick. We're not talking about no Rick Rouse, no Rick Astley. This is Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin has got 8 Grammys for being a super sick producer. Basically, he has the knowledge. We're going to watch a video of his, and we're going to see exactly what he has to say. Let's go.
If you want to live in a creative way, which will benefit everything in your life, be a better person in your family, be a better, if you're starting a new business, do a better job of starting a new business. It's all the same. You know, I don't really know anything about music. It's more a way of looking at the world and wanting it to be the best it could possibly be and doing whatever it takes to be the best it could possibly be and being true to knowing that no one else knows. You know, I'm not saying I know, but that everyone's idea is as valuable as mine. You know, we're all creators. For
real, all the time we be thinking that our art is better than someone else's and that we have the right way of doing something or there's rules. But really, music and art is what we make it. It's how we express ourselves, and that's important to remember. Real.
Beginning, I never thought any of the things that I'm doing were possible or realistic, and I just did things out of the love of them, thinking I would have real jobs, and you know, like the thing that my passion would be my hobby, and I'd have a job to support my hobby.
Yeah.
And it just magically turned out different than that without me knowing it was possible. The stars line up at certain times for certain things to happen, and they happen. And sometimes you can make something great and it doesn't connect for whatever reason. I found this out from making a lot of stuff. Like sometimes you make 2 things that you think are the 2 best things you've ever made, and one of them connects with the world and one of them doesn't. And it might not have anything to do with what's in the art. It might have to do with, it came out the same day as this other thing came out, and that got in the way, or there was a bigger story at the time, or there was some other, who knows, or it's not it's not in the cards for that person to have that success. It's like there's so much to it that we don't understand.
Yeah.
All we can do is make something good and put it out and hope for the best, and that's all there is. We never know why does something work? Even if you make a piece of art, you might, and it works, you may not know why. It's like there are a lot of talented people who never make it because they don't have the work ethic to make.
We make things in the moment. We make art in the moment. So basically, if we're making something good, like we're just going to flow into it. We're not really thinking about it. So we'll never know if it's going to be a hit. It's going to resonate with people. People are so different. They might resonate with something in the song that we don't even think about. So just make your art, share it with the world. It might really change someone's life.
It's not just talent. Like, talent's a piece.
Yeah.
And you could argue for some people, the work ethic trumps the talent, you know? Having worked with a lot of bands, I see that there's often this friction where, and I'm sure you've seen it in a writing room for comedy, where people are trying to get their idea in.
Yeah.
That's not a collaboration.
No.
It's something else. A real collaboration is when everyone who's there is working together towards whatever is the best thing for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And whether it's your idea or someone else's idea, it doesn't matter. And if you're invested in the collaboration, you want the best idea to win. You don't want your idea to win.
Right.
What makes it great is the
ego
personal.
in music.
Yeah.
With all of its imperfections, with all of its quirkiness, that's what makes it great. How you see the world, that's different from how everyone else sees the world. That's why you're an artist. That's your purpose in sharing your work with the world.
And that seems to be the case with everything. With literature, it's definitely the case with stand-up comedy.
Everything.
We experience that in stand-up comedy where there's these
Unique.
kind of derivative voices.
Stay unique. Be
where
you.
they're kind of like finding what they think other people want to hear, and they start saying it because they've heard other people say similar things that are now successful.
And even if they have some sort of a short-term success doing that, it's not revolutionary. It doesn't change the world. It doesn't last. You know, it can be a momentary thing, but it's never the thing. It's the people who you first see and you might not like.
You want to be permanent? Do you want to be eternal, last forever? Do you just want to be temporary? Think about it.
You come to like because you don't understand them at first. Those are the ones that change the world.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that you dedicate your fandom to for life. You can't second guess your.
The ones that we don't understand at first are usually the ones that make it big. We always think that everyone has to be the same. All this tear out music has to sound this way, but like we can change it up. You can do whatever you want. And if people don't like it, if people are hesitant on it, it's probably a good sign for being unique. Just master your craft, stay unique.
Taste for what someone else is going to like won't be good.
Right.
You know, we're not smart enough to know what someone else is going to like. You know, to make something. Well, I don't really like it, but I think this group of people like it. It's a bad way to play the game of music or art. You have to do what's personal to you. Take it as far as you could go. Really push the boundaries, and people will resonate with it if they're supposed to resonate with it. We really are talking about magic.
That really makes me think of like Porter Robinson, how his music is so unique, so melodic, and doesn't really stick to the rules of like danceable, DJable music, but he's playing festivals. He's really making it happen. Own unique sound that has high energy for the festival, breaking barriers.
Talking about like the universe conspiring on our behalf if we let it. And to be in this flow of catching these waves that anyone can catch if you're trying to catch it, you're open to it, you see it coming, you take off on every chance you get, and sometimes the ride happens, and it's remarkable. It's remarkable how it happens. And it doesn't come from, it's not preconceived, it's not an idea, it's through the doing. These things that want to be, that the universe wants to happen now, comes through us. And if we don't do it, maybe someone else will do it. Have you ever had that experience where you have an idea for something and you don't do it, and then 6 months later you see that someone else has done it? It's not because they took your idea. It's that it's time for that. And you can act on it or not. And if you see, and the artists,
we can feel it all the time. Strong feelings like, oh, I should make this. And we just sit on it and we don't do it. But it comes out anyway. Like, that happens so often. It's crazy. If you get that feeling, that gut feeling, that's bigger than you think. It really is.
Artists are the ones who have the best antenna for this material that's available. It's coming through. The best comedians see the best jokes. They see them coming.
Timing.
We all live in the same world. The way you see it, you have the best joke because you see it best. And one of the reasons I believe that you can see it best is because you don't believe what the structure around you assumes to be the case. So much of it has to do with humor. Like, when it's good, it makes you laugh, even if it's not funny. You know, like the surprise nature of things. When you hear the unexpected, you laugh.
Like a crazy pre-drop.
It feels good. It's a good feeling. Because
crazy
what collaborating
vocal
is about
You'll
is
like want to keep
we're
coming back
always
to the
collaborating
song.
at all times with the
Should
universe. That's how it
All of
works.
Yucky's
Like,
songs.
we're taking in information, we're vibing on it. in the past, when someone would recommend something to me, it sounded like it wasn't for me. It's like, oh, okay. Now, if more than one person recommends something to me that sounds bad, I always check it out, because it's like the universe wants me to know about this. The way it tells me is a couple of people came up and said, why don't you check this out? Yeah. That's, if we listen to what's going on around us,
coincidence.
You can overhear a conversation in a coffee shop, and it is the setup for an idea that you're talking about, the right way to say a particular joke that you're working on. You hear a phrase. It's not a phrase you commonly use. You hear someone else say it.
This is really cool. It really opens my mind a little bit on just how art works and, the flow state. It's really important that we can maintain and access the flow state when we want, and make sure that we have fun when making our art. It's really important. If we want people to listen to our music and resonate with it, it has to come from our soul and our heart. We can't think about it too much. We think when we're learning all the technical stuff, but when you're making art, just take a step back, chill, have fun, relax, enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching this with me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. More videos like this will come soon. It's awesome just to think once in a while. Have fun. Stay fresh. Peace out.
Outer space.